So, just because tomorrow is going to be a very important day, we're going to go back to the room immediately. So, some context for this first. So, in Japan, Christmas Eve is considered a romantic holiday. I'm not sure how that actually happened, but that's basically what it is in the main culture of Japan at this point. Valentine's Day does exist in Japan, but it's more of a social obligation than anything actually romantic, and you usually give chocolates to friends too, as well as people who are significant to you, let's just say. But Christmas Eve is considered the real romantic holiday in Japan. Again, I'm not sure why, but it is. There is still school there, unfortunately. Yeah, it's more important in Europe and America. And yes, so they're kind of pointing this out. Tomorrow, Christmas Day, not a public holiday in Japan, so we still have to go to school. But yeah, I just basically got done saying that. We could go to sleep and skip this whole explanation, but let's not. It is definitely interesting. And I was just explaining about Valentine's Day. One thing that I find kind of interesting about Valentine's Day in Japan is they had to invent a holiday, White Day, afterwards, where everyone who gets presents on Valentine's Day gives presents back. Because, I don't know, it felt kind of weird it being one-sided. So, after class today... Well, at least she isn't speaking in NLBEs in her text messages like a certain romantic interest from Persona 4 can. So, yeah, you get the option to spend it with one of your social links. Like the Summer Festival, the first one is Yukari. I'm gonna be saying yes to Yukari just for the purposes of this, and, as always with me, I'm gonna consider this I was about to say I'm gonna consider this the canon one that happens, but actually I want to say that canonically Gary Stu spends the day with everyone through use of some kind of time turner or something. So you can only choose one, and if you say no, you get the option for the other links. And every social link has, well, every romantic social link has their own unique scene here. So this will be Yukari's. I forgot there even was a curfew. We've already seen that many times over at this point. Those papers on the ground still make me very nervous. So, it's negative. But there is a curfew, apparently. Well, I wonder if there'll be an empty bench. Yes, now everyone is dramatically cleared out because, Gary Stu used his powers to make them all go away so he can have a romantic moment. So we get chocolate cake. Oh, you can actually give a gift. Okay, I actually forgot you could do this. Please tell me I have something good. Oh, she likes perfume. Let's do that. Oh, that's pretty nice. I guess that technically gives a social link boost if you haven't maxed it by now. But yeah, that's Yukari's variation of the scene. Now, Gary Stu is going to use his time rewinding powers to have another date on the same day. Oh wait, this one's not actually over yet. Jump the gun there a lot. Yeah, that kind of makes... It's actually kind of sad, because I know who Junpei would normally be spinning this with. Okay, now it's time for him to use his time rewinding powers to have a second date. So I'll see you back for that. So if we turn down Yukari here... Sorry, Yukari. We get another call. This is pretty much just like the Summer Festival. This time it's Fuka. So let's see what her variation of the scene is like. Although I wish there was more of a fitting romantic theme than this, because the general casual friends theme just doesn't really seem to fit with this to me. It's kind of weird that Fuka's one of the only girls in the party who actually wears the uniform. And since I've only ever done max social links runs of this game, I don't know whether you only get the option to hang out with social links that you're maxed or not. In fact, I'll have to see. I'm guessing that you still get the option for Mitsuru, even though I don't think it's possible to have maxed Mitsuru by this point in the game. The options are pretty much exactly the same. So, as always, everyone clears out to let these two have a romantic moment. And so we get a gift from her this time. And we still get the option to give a present. I'm not really sure what I have, though. There's some... Yeah, I don't have any flowers. I don't think I have any antiques. Oh. I think Mitsuru likes that one, actually. I don't know if she likes the kaleidoscope or not, I forget. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's just a normal... That's not her favorite thing. Oh, you have no idea. And thus, more pain for players who are on a max social links run. At least it's not as painful as Persona 4's Golden's Valentine's Day. That is just... ow. Oh, okay, you're the only one who's mentioning that. Oh. Right, well, again, more pain. Let's not tell her she's true. Oh, okay, she actually almost said that. one's pretty nice too, although it definitely guilt trips you a lot if you're romancing everyone. So, I'll cut back to the next one. So, if we decline Fuka, who do we get next? Okay, it is Mitsuru, right. So we do get the option to spend time with people who aren't social links. Now, I'm pretty sure that it's not possible to have Mitsuru maxed by this point in the game. If it was, the guide would be much, much closer. So, pretty sure that this kind of debunks the theory that it's always people that you're romancing. Well, he might have invited 2 other people earlier on. Well, we know it will go, because Gyusu went there in both other realities. This one also presents something interesting because it means we'll probably be getting social link points that actually matter because we haven't maxed Mitsuru yet. But if the guide doesn't specifically say that you have to spend this with Mitsuru, it's probably not necessary. Oh wow, you're much more forward with this one. Okay, that was only a single music note. Interesting. But yeah, let me just quickly check when the last time we saw Mitsuru was, which would have been for rank 5. So, oh yeah, all the options give so many points there that we're definitely at rank 6 already, so this doesn't matter at all. The points for it, I mean. Yeah. And, oh, champagne. Wow, I don't think he's actually old enough to drink that. Oh yeah, someday. Naturally, those two keep for quite a while. Right, I think I remember that she likes the goggle-eyed idol. Yeah, she really likes that. Yeah, that is her favorite present type. Oh, once more guilt tripping. And in some ways, this, I don't know, doesn't make all that much sense because this link hasn't officially turned romantic yet. But I suppose they had to make it like this for people who wanted to share this moment with Mitsuru. Because I don't think it's possible to have a romance yet. Huh. Oh, okay then. I think the extra scene that happens after the first... Okay, no, actually, scratch that. It still happens, even if you haven't maxed the link. The feeling of wanting time to not exist? This place is too bright. Let's change places. Awkward way to get out of an awkward conversation. So yeah, that's Mitsuru's, which is also pretty nice. And I'll be, because I hope that there are ones for Chihiro and Yuko as well. There probably are, so I will be showing those if they exist. So if we say no to Mitsuru... Let's see, my guess is next would be Yuko? Let's see if I'm right. It is... I was right, Yuko, good. Oh yes, we can get together after school if you know what I mean. Gary Stu's 4th Christmas Eve date. So let's see how this one goes. I still wish there was better music here. And yeah, it's always Polonium Mall. And we don't get to be as forward as we were with Mitsuru. So yeah, the beginning is pretty much the same for everyone, but they are quite different once you get to the bench. Yeah, wait a minute, what exactly were you doing? I guess it was the arcade, maybe, given that you went in that direction? Oh. Or not. Medicated patch, interesting. So yeah, everything you get here is quite different. And I forget what Yuko's favorite present is. I'm sure she's not as into fashion as some of the others, but have a brand purse, I guess? Oh, okay, I think she really likes that. Completely accidental, but yeah. Now, in Japan, that's pretty normal, I guess. Oh, yeah, so they are mentioning the chicken. So, yeah, I plan to talk about that on the actual 25th. I'll be sure to mention that. Interesting there. That actually is kind of nice. And then it's suddenly getting romantic again. And of course there's more to that, but what I was saying was, I do kind of like how this one gives more of a normal touch to this. I mean, the C's members more talk about the issues they have with the party and the events that are coming up, but Yuko's a lot more down to earth here, and like, I've got similar memories of Christmas when I was a child. Yeah, that'd be weird. Okay, that's pretty standard, though, like I said, I do like that earlier part where she talks about Christmas. And so, next would definitely be Chihiro. It's kind of funny, the one that we basically went with first is the one who shows up last on this list. So not to kill the mood here, but every time that I have to reset the console in between recording these, I frantically go and check out the window to see if the delivery trucks come with my copy of Persona 5, which still hasn't arrived yet. Anyway, Chihiro, who I promised not to call Chidori this time. I knew I'd make that mistake at least once. I just knew it. But hopefully I will not make that mistake this time. And yes, it is Chihiro. So, let's do this one. After this, I'll have to check if there's a extra event if you say no to all of them, but there probably isn't. I know that you get some pretty funny ones in Persona 4, but like I said, probably not one in this game. So, we haven't seen you for a really long time. Yes it is, it was okay for all 4 other dates. Just noticing that ominous 7 up there. It's exactly a week until we have to make the big choice. Okay, so not quite as really fought as Mitsuru, but it's a different option here at least. It's only a single music note though, just like Mitsuru. Just noticed the karaoke bar in the distance, where we spent all of our time at the very beginning of the game. It just feels like so long ago. It actually is a bit surreal coming this close to the end of the game. It's been a long ride. Okay, so we get, let's see, handmade keychain. So yeah, you get a very different present for every girl. Now, I know that Chihiro's favorite gift is the book cover, which you can get from the school. Let's see. I remember that she kind of likes the kaleidoscope, I'm not sure. Okay, it's just a 2 music note, so it's not the best effect, but still. It's the thought that counts. And thus, we're ruining it for her. Again, more pain of a Max Social Links run. Once again, still on the time. And yeah, you're the first person to mention that. Don't worry, the police officer's a friend of ours. He's probably seen Garisu go on so many dates by this point, he's kind of used to it. That escalated very quickly. Oh, she didn't outright say it either. But yes, that escalated very, very, very quickly. So, with that, I'm, like I said, gonna have to check to see if there's any extra stuff if you say no to everyone. So, from what little research I've done on this, it seems like there's really not much that you can do if you say no to everyone. There's not like a special event with like the guys or anything like there is in Persona 4. At least I don't think so. I was wondering if there was something like with... What? Wow, that got dark quickly. I'm just gonna do this, then I might check out the shrine, and after that I'll conclude there's nothing special that happens if you reject everyone and go back. Well, we can do the Moon Social Link now. So yeah, you technically can use this as Social Link time if you reject everyone. The guide is structured so that they leave this day free so you can do the Christmas Eve event. This is probably a good time to mention, the items that you get out of the Christmas Eve events, all of the ones for the male protagonist are just one-time use food items, well, most of them except for like the cell phone strap and stuff, but just restore HP and stuff. Nothing really that amazing. The female protagonist gets a few pretty interesting gifts for Christmas Eve. For spending it with Akihiko, you get an infinite use slight SP recovery item, which sounds really useful. And for Ken, you get an infinite use very minor HP recovery coffee mug. Of course, sadly, there's nothing for Shinjiro because, reasons. But yeah, female protagonist has it a lot better when it comes to their unique Christmas Eve items. And with that, I'm just going to cut out here and go straight to after the date. And we're back here. One thing that I should also mention is that Fuka's cookies have a pretty hilarious description in the menu. It's something like, apparently it's edible, which is actually pretty mean considering that it's your Christmas present from her, but still. Speaking of which, yeah, not red, meaning that this actually is not a public holiday in Japan. There is still school today. Like I've said earlier, Japan mostly adopted just the secular aspects of the Christmas holiday, and pretty much just the consumerism part of it. And there's actually something pretty funny involving that as well, so I promise to talk about this. So, fried chicken is basically the traditional Christmas meal in Japan, because the story behind this is that KFC basically saw a void in the fact that Japan didn't really celebrate Christmas, so they didn't really have an established traditional food for it, so they swooped in and filled that void, and now fried chicken is considered the traditional Christmas dinner. Yeah, interesting that. Anyone saying anything new here? Well, someone used it recently, but didn't end well for them. Interesting that you never actually get to go there, though, outside of that cutscene. So, today we're actually heading to Polonia Mall. Well, firstly, it'll be to see Elizabeth, but also we'll actually be doing something actually kind of nice on Christmas. But before then, we'll be meeting with Elizabeth. Because it's finally time. It's actually kind of sad that this all comes to an end, but kind of makes sense that we're doing the last one on Christmas. I at least hope that she's available today. Yes, you're available today. It's weird that it has to be after school. It can't be on a day where there's no school. Well, this one is going to be interesting, let's just say. Very, very interesting. And here we are.
So, this is the student dormitory, where you spend your days?
It's surprising that Elizabeth hasn't actually seen this place yet. Yet more awesome Tara Platt voice acting. It's amazing that she also plays Mitsuru. I still find Elizabeth is one of the few people that Tara Platt has ever voiced who she doesn't use her typecast voice for.
So, this is your room. I've never seen many of these things before. Anyway, regarding my request to visit your room...
In inverted commas, which means it implies something.
Well, did it make you a little suspicious?
Yeah, definitely.
In truth, there's something I'd like to talk to you about.
Just realized this is the first time it's actually been in his room. For all the other girls, it's always been in their room.
During my forays into your world, I encountered many things. All of them are treasured memories, each one a polished, glittering gem. Walking around the crowded Port Island streets, sampling the local cuisine, idling the hours away at the shrine, even attending your school for a day.
Now you're making me nostalgic for all of those earlier scenes with you. They're all great.
That's when I came to a realization. I had subconsciously been requesting to visit places that were more and more central to your life. And so today, I requested to visit the one place in your world that I could learn the most about you.
It's actually very blank for someone's room.
I requested to visit your room. If I may be so bold.
Yep, looks like his charm is working again.
Do you recall the day you gave me a tour of your school? How I mentioned that I felt very fulfilled when I touched you?
He's like, I'm listening, I'm listening, I'm listening.
first time I ever felt that way. Why did I feel so fulfilled? After coming here, I can finally answer that question. I believe it's because I could feel what you feel and truly experience your life for the first time.
That's one way to put it.
We who reside in the Velvet Room wait with great anticipation for guests. Their arrival is our only link to the outside world and gives us a reason to be. By touching you like this, I can have that all for myself.
It's an interesting way to put it.
I'll put it more plainly.
Or there could be another way to do that.
I'm naive to the ways of your world, and there must have been many times I seem to act quite strangely.
Oh, you can say that again.
However, even I am not blind to the significance of calling upon a gentleman in his own room. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like you to guide me through it.
All of the rank 10 social links in this game, for the most part, are fairly subtle, and they just let you imagine really anything that's happening and leave it ambiguous. This is probably one of the more explicit ones. Boldly accept, gently decline. Oh, we know what Gary Stu is going to say here.
Thank you.
Actually, I just realized this is actually pretty awkward if you're, well, I mean, trying to do what's possibly a semblance of a monogamous run of this game, which is not possible if you're massing all the social links, so it's a completely moot point. Yes, time alone, if you know what I mean. Gary Stu may be one of the only people alive who can actually survive that kind of thing, now that I think about it.
I feel like a completely different person than the Elizabeth who first stepped into your world.
I mean, given that he's not exactly a normal human, I'm pretty sure any normal human might have exploded after doing something like that.
If I stay on this side any longer, I fear I will forget my duties entirely.
And that way we'd have no persona fusing or,
And that would put you at a severe disadvantage, wouldn't it?
compendium or requests. I mean, Igor actually handles the fusing, so we wouldn't lose that part.
That is why I'll draw a line under my visits here and remain on my side from now on.
So yeah, this is the last one.
Thank you very much for acting as a guide on my journey of discovery. I'm very grateful. Now then, though the sorrow may be sweet, let us part.
Shakespeare references! Elizabeth is just so awesome. Sadly, that'll be the last one of those scenes where we get to hear her fully voice acted like that. And so, let's turn in that request. Let's maybe not hint at, to Igor what happened there. Yeah, that's what I was saying exactly. But we have something that can fuse a new persona, Kartikeya, who is actually kind of useful in the, well, more so in the PSP version. Something tells me there was an innuendo in there. I just want to check something. Are we at the right level to actually fuse that? Like I said, it's more useful in the PSP version because doing a weapon fusion with Kartikeya gets you the ultimate Naginata, which is the female protagonist's strongest weapon. No. 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 Almost, but no. No. Okay, let me just check the triangles. I think it's star? Ah, there it is! There it is. Okay, so we can't... Well, actually, we're not at the right level. So, it's level 70. But here's a preview of it. It's actually got quite a lot of weaknesses now I think about it. Yeah. But like I said, more useful in the PSP version. And if you are going for the completely 100% bragging rights, not necessary at all, 100% compendium completion in this game, then you will need to do those Elizabeth requests, because that's the only way you can actually unlock these personas. And one of them is also required to get Lilith, I believe, and that's required for another one of Elizabeth's requests, so that's a problem if you miss that. Now, I know that nothing can really top that, but something that I think is kind of nice. On Christmas Day, we're going to be spending time with a character who's been really neglected. Yes, Nozomi exists. We started his link a long time ago. Most people have probably forgotten it by now. But we're going to be resuming it now, and we'll actually be doing quite a few ranks of it. At this point, I don't think we need a matching persona just yet. But yeah. And yeah, this place is still open. It reminds me of how often when we need to get takeaway on Christmas Day where I am, usually we go to Asian places because they tend to be the only places that are still open. Admittedly, this guy is kind of funny sometimes. Wow, that was quick, no options at all, and we already rank up. But yes, finally we're ranking up the Moon Arcana. After so long. Which is why I've kept Gur. And we only need 1 point for the next rank up. Oh, he's actually a senior then. Huh. And we have to agree, because that's the option that gives points. And he immediately decides no. Anyway. Yeah, Nozomi's pretty weird. Kind of fitting that we do his link after finishing that Elizabeth one then. Yes, he is very, very strange. Oh yeah, you totally made that up. Even though you're clearly imitating a certain famous backwards walk with your animations there. I wonder if the English version added that line in about that as a joke towards the moonwalking, but anyway. So that was an interesting Christmas. Well, for certain reasons.
Where have you been?
Kind of. Well, it was pretty good for Gary Stu, don't get me wrong. Very, very good. Yep, next year. In a way, that kind of makes sense. I think we have. I mean, all these waifus, it'd all be for nothing if we erased our memories. I don't know. I think he's probably going to spend it on his own. Wow. Oh, that's mean. Wherever he is, I hope he's having fun. Yeah. None of them realize, although it does remind me of how, the cool thing about Christmas, or at least the lead up to that in Australia, is that our winter holidays happen at the very end of the year, so that's our big break. And the next school year starts at the beginning of February, basically. So... yeah, that, at this point, doesn't really matter. So let's see. That's not good. That's really bad. Actually, I want to check something. I think we do have a walk today. I just realized that I forgot a walk with... Good news, though. I do have a save file from exactly the date when there's a walk with Yukari, so... Actually, we don't have a walk today. We do have one... Well, we have one tomorrow, and we have one the next day. But... yeah, I need to reload that save. But for now, we've actually done quite a bit, so I'm going to save here. And next time, we'll be... actually doing more of Moon, surprisingly enough.